Okay, everyone, and welcome back. I'm joined today by Zera, good friend of mine, and the developer for our castle walls.
Hey, what's happening? It's Zara.
You know what? I'll say it right now. Illy has it on tape. I'm making another update for this mod once me and her are all done.
Yeah, not unlike the patch that we will be releasing, to correct a lot of whatever needs adjusted. He is Sir
Okay.
Zera.
All right, we gonna get going or?
Let's go.
All right. Oh, forgive me for doing this voice. Do a barrel roll. Hey, coming at me from my rear. Drop altitude. What the heck? Fox, look behind you! Quit thinking around, Slip. Nick, I hope you clipped all of that. Ow!
Uh-oh. Ooh. I wasn't looking where I was going when running around the house. My mom's favorite vase with yellow lilies in them. In them? In it.
Yeah.
In it. My mom's favorite vase with yellow lilies in it.
Okay.
My mom's favorite vase with yellow lilies in it fell to the ground, broken shards and dirt all over the floor. I can feel tears making their way to my eyes at the sight in front of me, and the seemingly endless number of reactions that will come out of my mom when she finds out about this. You can try it, Nick. Otherwise, just put it in the server. Teaser promotions. Oh ho, there you go. Cool. It was her favorite one, too. She's gonna be really upset. Tears flowing down my face. I'm stuck at a stalemate on what I could possibly do to avoid any possible retribution. Slumped down onto the floor. Head buried in both of my arms, basically motionless.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't.
Zara? Zara? What's the matter? Every amount of fear in me has grown exponentially. And then spikes as soon as I feel something touch my shoulder, causing me to twitch a little bit. Sarah, you're not hurt at all, are you? I can't muster a word. I can't muster a word, let alone, comma before let.
Thank you.
I can't muster a word, let alone look back at her, but I have enough energy to shake my head at her. Look at me.
No. No, 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 I don't want to. I can't bear to see what kind of face she has on. I don't want this to last any longer.
Instead of doing what she says, I instead bring my head up, crawl up to her and hug her, placing my head on her shoulder and letting it all out. That's when I feel her fingers run through my hair. After a good number of seconds, I finally have the courage to speak up to her.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break it.
My face immediately retreats back into her shoulder. After a few seconds of pondering, my mom whispers in my ear. You know, Zara, I'm a little upset over this, but I'm happy that you told me instead of hiding this from me. Yay! That's when she backs away for a little bit to kiss my forehead. How about we get this mess cleaned up together, you know? Pleasantly surprised by my mom's words, I'm able to look at her once again.
Okay.
Breaking away from my mom's embrace, I follow her into the kitchen to grab a broom and dustpan to clean up the mess. Moments later, I'm helping my mom get all the debris removed from the ground. Since this all happened by accident, you and I are going to go half and half on buying a brand new one. Flowers as well, you know.
It's a huge chunk of my allowance, but this isn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. I can live with...
Morning.
Ah!
Shooting upwards in my bed after such a dream, I can do nothing other than stare at the wall in front of me. My mind races as my mind races as fast as it possibly can, mainly about the dream I just had.
2 dreams in a row about my mom. But that was so long ago. Why did that show up of all the dreams I could have had? It's no use. Dream logic is weird.
That's such a you thing. Looking over to the clock shows that it's 6:47 a.m.
Right on time. Let's get today started with...
That's when I slowly make my way out of bed and begin the usual routine.
Oh boy.
I really dislike earth science. At least it's not biology. Oh my god, my dude, yes. It's a miracle I was able to pass that class last year. This class is now over, which means lunchtime with Yuri. Been looking forward to this all day. Can't wait to see what she brought this time. Not much happened after I left the lake yesterday, except for getting envelopes ready to mail money orders out and writing a poem about the mysterious feelings that came to me at the lake. I'm feeling overall happiness as I'm walking over to my locker. Once I'm there, I open it up, place my books from last class in there, and shut it. The moment I turn around, one of the students in this school invades my vision. Before I can make out who it is, the vest of my school uniform is forcefully grabbed and my back is forced against the locker. Shocked at what's transpiring right now, takes a moment to register who it is in front of me. Frickin' Wallace. Anger is slowly building inside me because of the situation I'm in.
What do you want?
Give me a few dollars. I'll let you go. His tone of voice isn't as god-awful as it usually sounds. Are you laughing at me? You better not be laughing at me. Which throws me off guard. All the anger inside me has been replaced with fear, as I realize I have no money on me and completely forgot to go to the ATM yesterday.
Oh god. Oh no. What do I tell him? I really wish I could disappear right now. Why can't I reverse time? I just have known not to mess with my locker. It wouldn't be that much trouble.
His fist makes itself even more known on my chest with the extra pressure he's adding. Next, he takes his free hand and starts pounding the top of my head repeatedly. Hello? Hello? Anyone home? Huh? Think, Zera. Think. I've had it up to here with his constant assault on me. The anger inside me from earlier makes itself known again. Not wanting to put up with him anymore, I'm somehow able to push him off of me, causing him to stumble backwards a little bit. At this point, I could care less about my tone of voice, no reason acting civil right now.
I don't have any. Leave me alone for God's sake.
Why not?
How in the hell are you supposed to answer something like that? I didn't even know something that stupid could come out of him. It's Wallace we're talking about. Of course I would expect stupid stuff from him.
He takes a step towards me while I was absolutely dumbfounded by his question. The moment he grabs hold of me again and pushes me back into my locker is when I hear an all too familiar voice from down the hallway. Zera, what's going on here? I look over to confirm that I just heard who I thought I heard.
Monica, maybe she could save me. Oh, I know something that might work.
Right now, I'm giving no consideration as to how loud I am. I'll use this to my advantage so that other people can hear me.
He's picking on me!
Much to my dismay, I don't think a lot of people heard that. That seemed to shock both Monica and Wallace a little bit. Still with his grip on me, he turns his head to face her, then back to me. Try as I may to push myself forward to escape all of this, his grip on me is tighter than before, practically checkmate. His annoyed expression doesn't change a bit, but is eventually replaced with a grin that I don't like to see at all. Oh, looky you, your little girlfriend's come to the rescue.
Come on, Wallace, I don't think of Monica like that.
His stupid grin doesn't leave at all, and I still wish I could completely vanish from all this. Hey, you're that one bitch from the Ligament Club or whatever the fuck. Point is, you forgot one of the bones in his pants, you freak. Oh, Wallace, we're talking about freaks now, are we?
Oh, that's what he's talking about. Wait, what the fuck? Bruh, why were you looking for one?
What did you just say? Can't believe Wallace still hasn't let go of me yet. You heard me. You're a freak. I heard what you did to my bud K last year. The hell is wrong with you? Oh, he hasn't met you under MC. Monica takes a step closer to him. Us, I guess. What's wrong with me? What the hell is wrong with you? Picking on a special, uniquely minded student like this.
Usually I'd be upset over her using special needs like that, but it seems justifiable right now.
Zera and I worked really hard on that line. Like, I remember us spending probably a solid 10 minutes just kind of, like, going back
Figuring
and forth.
out what Monica would say.
Yeah, try to figure out just kind of where that would go. Because one of the drafts I ended up correcting, didn't you actually have her finish the sentence?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'm just like, hang on a minute. That's not... But I'm happy with how it turned out.
Wait, how does she know?
It's not like he has feelings or anything.
Wallace, I swear to Christ, if you say one more word.
Who is this?
Monica? Oh god, no. I know that voice.
So that should have been me. What's all the commotion going on here? All three of us look over to Yuri.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Now is probably the worst time for your... I don't want her to get involved with any of this.
Wallace still hasn't let go of me. Look, tits have arrived. Now you have somewhere to hide. Before I even get the chance to figure out how I feel about that statement, I feel myself being moved away from my locker and being pushed with great force. The sudden impact with her sends us both crashing to the ground, causing her to drop her bag in the process. With both of us on the floor, and after taking a moment to regain my senses, I quickly back away from Yuri a little bit, as I feel like I've already invaded her personal space enough. My focus shifts over to Wallace and Monica. Extra squishy today, huh? Okay, I've seen enough. We're seeing your father about this. That's when Monica grabs Wallace by the ear and starts walking towards the principal's office, but he doesn't budge at all. Let me go! Let me go! Wallace then does the unthinkable. He turns around and slaps Monica across the face as hard as he can, causing her to reel back and instinctively place her hand over her cheek.
No, I gotta do something about this.
Once I get up from the ground and start walking towards him, he unexpectedly turns and starts walking away. Pain is sent throughout my whole body, effectively crippling me for a short time. It's then amplified as Wallace kicks me away, back into Yuri again, this time bumping into the left side of her body. Nice. God, I haven't seen this coded. I've just seen it in the script, so it's just like...
Oh, man.
The sound of Yuri gasping in pain over me being pushed into her is something I wish I had never heard in my life. That's right. Keep on getting nice and close to tits. Maybe you'll even see the coat hanger marks on her skull. That's a new addition. I don't remember that being there.
That's always been there.
Are you sure? Damn.
Yep.
Before I have the chance to process what he just said, Monica walks over to him, seething in rage, face I hope to never see again. She grabs him by the hairs on the back of his head and starts dragging him to the principal's office. Sounds of pain coming from him are a little disturbing, but well-deserved. Takes a moment for the two of them to leave my sight.
Why did I just sit there and watch?
I just have to sit and appreciate the song for a minute.
This song, by the way, is called Born a Stranger. Huh?
I look over to Yuri to see.
Oh no.
She's sitting upright against the wall, crouched over with her head buried in both her arms. Well, yeah, and I know it's not the last time you use it either.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting upright. She's sitting upright against the wall, crouched over with her head buried in both her arms. My mind races as I watch helplessly.
What do I do? Do I approach her? Give her space, maybe?
Zera, what's the matter? It's time to be a friend.
Yuri? Are you alright?
I just want to disappear.
No.
I don't belong here. Sadly inhaling before weeping again, her words pierce my feelings. My face and heart are frowning. Why couldn't I have been born somewhat different?
No. Then she wouldn't be the same Yuri that I know, and I have to say something.
Positioning myself in front of her on my knees, I gently place my hand on her shoulder, feeling her body lightly tense up.
Yuri, please don't say that.
No! She pushes my arm away, which sends me reeling back. It's true. This is the sixth time this year. People made fun of who I am for too long. Why can't it stop? Why can't people just stop?
She's kept count.
Frozen in place at her tone of voice. Emotions from earlier increase and my sadness turns into tears at the thought of how much she doesn't deserve this. I don't know how to make anyone happy. She retreats back into her arms and cries softly. Not even myself. Nobody wants me around. This girl's breaking my heart even more. Tears invaded my eyes. I can't help but let my emotions take over. I stop thinking altogether and gently take Yuri's left hand in both of mine and take it away from her. She doesn't resist. The indescribable feeling of her hand in mine flows through my body. Bringing the knuckles of her hand to rest between my eyes, my tears become a waterfall. Zera?
Yuri, that's not true. You don't deserve any of this.
I sharply inhale and just weep in front of her. The thought of everything she's been through amplifies my sympathy for her.
Just knowing what you're going through makes me really sad. Why you? Of all people.
Zera, don't cry for me.
How can I not? You're my best friend, Yuri. Is it wrong for me to feel like this?
Both of us are stunned at my words. After inhaling sharply again and running out of tears, I'm shocked she hasn't pulled away or ran away yet, let alone say anything. Seconds pass, and finally I have the courage to bring my head up to meet her view. Her eyes are glassy, eyebrows raised with lips parted. Best friend? How can I be anyone's best friend?
By simply being you and nobody else.
But no. There's no way that can be true. In this rare moment of vulnerable connection, both my hands still gently gripping both sides of hers, the words just seem to come to me naturally.
Yuri, I'll never lie to you. I'll always be here, even when no one else will. I just want you to know that you're one of the most wonderful, most beautiful people I've ever met, inside and out. It makes me happy when I get to spend time with you. I didn't expect those words to come out of my mouth, but I have to really be genuine to her.
Why are you so nice to me?
Because you're my best friend, and you deserve nothing less.
Do you really mean that?
Every word. You listened to what I had to say when telling you about why I'm different when we met at the lake, and you made me feel accepted. I want to do the same.
I gently let go of her hand as it falls to the ground.
I know we've only known each other for a short while, but let's promise to help each other as best as we can with whatever we may be facing. How does that sound?
I bring my pinky out to her again, much like we did at the lake. She hesitates for a while, but follows suit, managing to smile a little bit. Promise. Just hearing that fills me with happiness. After about a second or so, I bring my right thumb towards her.
Stamp.
Stamped. My smile slowly becomes more genuine at her sense of humor, and I'm finding myself lost in her eyes. After some time, our hands break free from each other for the second time today. There's an awkward silence between the two of us as I'm still on my knees in front of her. It feels really weird to transition from an emotional moment to a superficial one, but the day must continue onwards.
But does it really have to? Yes, it does. So, did you still want to go to the classroom today?
She doesn't initially respond. She must be deep in thought again. No. We spend too much time out here. Familiar motion of my left hand goes to the back of my head. Familiar motion of my left hand going to the back of my head.
I just added the word "the" at the beginning of that.
Yeah, you're probably going to want to switch goes to going also.
Okay.
And yeah, Freddie, it is. And like I said earlier, knowing that song occurs again and knowing where just really... that's gonna hurt. I don't think I'm gonna use face cam that day.
Illy, if you're talking about the scene that I'm thinking of, I'm just gonna DM you on Discord.
Probably a good idea. Alright, the familiar motion of my left hand going to the back of my head plays out.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault.
Oh, if only you knew.
Anyway, Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out both sets of plastic chopsticks and a new bento for us. Shall we begin? Leaving my math class and beginning my walk to the club, I can't help but think that this has probably been one of the craziest weeks of my entire school career. The rest of lunchtime went surprisingly well, given everything that had transpired, as well as classes afterwards. Yuri surprised me by bringing in four eggs over hard sourdough toast, hash browns, and white rice for us, and I returned the favor with both bottles of tea I bought yesterday. There was a point during OCW's development when I was the only person that knew about the bad ending. In fact, Zera and I had spitballed it on the phone together.
Yup.
So, the bad ending has a very, very special place in my heart.
Oh.
I mean it. Then Joe! Not gonna lie, I didn't think tea would go well with breakfast food.
Thanks, Joe.
But I was proven wrong.
Yeah, I was at work the whole time, Freddie, so I was like, I can't say anything. I could barely say anything, but it's whatever. It's okay.
Another thing that felt nice to the both of us was how silent the hallways were during that time. Nobody was around to interfere with us or judge us, but that nice feeling didn't last for long, for me at least, as it started raining outside shortly after lunch ended and hasn't let up at all. Oh, I was too, Freddie. And it was so funny because during the spitballing, storyboarding process, me and Zera were laughing our asses off. We're like, we're gonna fuck with everybody so hard. It's gonna be great. And then I actually experienced the fruits of my malicious intent. And I'm crying like a bitch the whole way. And I remember a moment when I sat there and literally fucking cursed myself like, how dare you, you callous fucking bitch, what's wrong with you?
Oh, God. It was so
because
good.
we were, man, during spitballing, we were laughing our asses off. We're like, man, this is gonna kill them, man. People are gonna cry, and it's gonna be great. And then I'm sitting there going through it, going, yeah, no, I know, Freddie, and I know that my time is coming. So I've been trying my best not to let it bother me, and I'd say I'm handling everything pretty well so far. Classes were nothing special as well, just a few tests, and that's it, really. Oh, I know I do. Let's see, that is day, 13?
14.
14.
You haven't even seen anything about... Okay, well, you've seen a little bit of day 13, but you haven't seen days 12 and 13 yet.
No, I haven't. And Greg, I was actually just sitting here thinking about you. I was getting DMs from Greg like, oh my god, this ending, oh my god, this ending. So I can't wait to get us there. Stepping into the club room shows the almost usual scene, just like yesterday with the lack of Yuri.
I really hope she's alright after everything that's happened. I'd better be patient with her.
Monica then gets up from her desk and approaches me with a face of concern as I drop my bag in its usual spot by the door. Monica then gets up from her desk and approaches me with a face of concern as I drop my bag in its usual spot by the door. Zera, how's everything going? The events of today race through my head again, but I have to make them stop if I want to properly respond to her. She lets out a small sigh of relief. Good. I'm sorry you had to go through all that today. That shouldn't happen to anyone.
She shouldn't be the one saying sorry. No, Monica. If anything, I'm happy you were there to help. I don't know what I could have done without you. Wait, what am I saying all of a sudden? Well, there's no reason not to be genuine to Monica too. Something about being myself.
Monica hesitates before speaking again. Glad I could help. If you're wondering about Wallace, his dad had a talk with him, and he won't be attending the festival on Monday. My eyelids skyrocket upwards after hearing that, and I feel more excited.
No way. Did he really say that?
Monica nods. Mm-hmm.
Wow. This really is going to be the best festival ever.
You bet. One less person to ruin the festival. I take one of my hands and cup it around my ear, slightly, bring my head towards her.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Yeah, probably was nothing. Okay.
An unusually awkward silence between me and her plays out as my mind in excitement calms itself down. But I'm then reminded of what Monica said about her being sorry and her vehement face from earlier today.
Monica, it's all my fault that everything happened today. If I had just gone to the classroom instead, everything would have been just fine.
Classroom?
Oh. Oh boy. Nobody knows that me and Yuri share lunchtime in the classroom except Monica does now. Uh-oh, how do I explain this to her?
I feel obligated to tell her everything so that I can offer her a clear understanding of what's going on.
Yeah, I've started spending lunchtime in one of the classrooms with Yuri recently. It's a nice little getaway from everybody, especially people like Wallace.
Monica's eyes light up for whatever reason, and I'm internally questioning why she looks in shock over hearing this, but that shouldn't be too important.
I feel like I could have prevented all of this. None of this would have happened had I not gone to my locker today.
I stand there, barely making eye contact with her, waiting for whatever may come out of her mouth. No, no, I think I've heard enough. With that, I watch her walk back to her desk, now feeling confused.
What's that supposed to mean?
A quick tap-tap is felt on my shoulder, causing me to turn around. Yuri fills my vision, which makes me happy that she seems to be all right. But I also feel awkward being around her now, due to the emotions we both saw and experienced firsthand in each other. So, that's what started everything?
No. How much of that did she hear?
My mind is racing again, fast enough for me to barely be able to form what I want to say to her.
Yuri,
Zera, let's just start our time here with making some tea. We can talk about things in the hallway. How does that sound? I can already imagine the warm feeling of tea and how that will make me feel, but I also can't help but feel some weird sense of satisfaction of being able to explain things to her.
I would like that.
Me too. I'll go grab everything we need. Mind waiting here? I lightly nod at her.
Sure, I can do that.
Watching Yuri walk towards the closet, I'm looking forward to making tea with her again. It'll help me and her feel better. But the overall mood, atmosphere of everything right now just seems tense, and the rain outside really isn't helping anything. The events of today still haven't completely passed through my feelings, which is bothering me ever so slightly.
I'm sure this feeling will go away soon. All I gotta do is talk to Yuri about whatever she wants to talk about, and everything will go well, right? It'll be nice to get some things cleared up. If me and her can think of a way to prevent such things from happening in the future, that'll be an accomplishment for me. Us, I guess.
Her returning to where I'm standing breaks me out of my current trance. After surveying her with her teapot, I can only assume that she plugged in the kettle at the wall as well. Shall we get going?
Yes, let's.
With that, the tea-making duo, that's us by the way. Good, I'm so glad, Greg Senpai. I made some tweaks to my setup, and it's still taking some acclimating. So bear with me if I have to sit here and shift things around a little bit. With that, the tea-making duo, that's us by the way, makes our way out of the clubroom, holding the door open for Yuri as I should. Our journey to the water fountain is not as quiet and sunny as yesterday. The grayscale of the hallways, brought upon by the rain, makes everything feel gloomy. Looking over to Yuri brings me at ease a bit, knowing I have my friend next to me to help me through this moment of darkness. Me wondering what Yuri thinks of the rain is disrupted by her starting a conversation. So, you mentioned that all of this started just because you went to your locker? I don't get it.
Well, I got some explaining to do. Yeah, I can explain. I think. Pretty much today and yesterday, that Wallace guy was at my locker and happened to mess up everything.
Oh. He'd better not be stalking you. I might just have to do something about that. Her lovable blush is starting to creep in from what I can see.
I'd be really concerned if he was. Yeah, just the thought of that makes me cringe a bit.
But, Zera, why were you talking to Monica about this?
Well, she asked me how I was doing after everything. I didn't mean to tell her about the classroom.
So, she knows about that now. After realizing what I just said to her, I bury my head in my hands, feeling out of place.
There I go, not thinking before speaking again. I can't stand this mindset.
Oh god, that's a terrible thought, Freddy. Well, it's better that Monica knows rather than anyone else.
I'm sorry, Yuri. I hope you're not too upset.
No, I'm not too upset. I trust Monica not to say a word about it.
I really hope she doesn't.
Zera. Take my head out of my hands to listen to what she has to say. I know I shouldn't tell you what I do, but why not just leave your backpack or whatever you may have in the classroom to avoid future altercations? After giving that some thought, I'm surprised I didn't think of that before. It's always the simple things that slip my mind.
Yuri, that's an amazing idea. I wish I would have thought of that. And that's my class before lunchtime, too. It all works out.
I'm glad. A smile makes its way on her face, and in response, one shows up on mine, knowing that we have a way to avoid future problems.
Me too.
As we approach the water fountain, Yuri takes the necessary steps to fill up the teapot while I stand by the machine, taking in the scenery around me. I'm then reminded of this exact moment yesterday, when I found the thought of being Yuri's bodyguard humorous. Can't stop myself from giggling at the thought again. And Sarah, what's so funny about the water fountain? This is the second time now. This is the sixth time this year. I'm frozen in place, physically and mentally, at what just ran through my mind. A weird tingly feeling I felt here yesterday shows up again, but is replaced by a weird feeling I'm not sure how to describe. Ooh, epic, Greg. I like it. All I know is that I should probably explain to her what I'm thinking about.
Alright, I'll be honest. Yesterday, I don't know why I was thinking about this, but the thought of being your bodyguard came off as silly to me.
She pulls the teapot away from the fountain, nearly 3/4 full, and looks at me inquisitively.
Uh-oh. Hope I didn't break her too bad.
How is that silly? I raise an eyebrow at her.
Wait, you mean it's not?
Not at all. Her blush shows up for the 31st time that I've seen. It's rather, how do I say, cute. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting her to say that. I thought she would have said something like, "Oh, don't be thinking like that," but here we are. It's okay, don't worry about it. I appreciate the thought. The teapot looks full enough now. Time to make our way back to the clubroom.
Should we head back now?
Yuri looks down to the teapot and realizes it's at the right level. Oh, right. We'd better.
Oh, this part's fun.
Zerg!
Hey, Twisted.
Not long after we started our walk back to the club, Yuri decides to speak up again. Hey, Zera? You said today that you think I'm wonderful.
Yes, I said that. I'm proud of it.
Small smile makes its way onto my face. What makes you think that? Oh.
Damn, this girl is full of surprises. Yuri, do you really want me to talk your ear?
I mean, I'm not stopping you. But even one thing would be nice. Left hand goes to the back of my head.
Oh boy, where do I start?
From the beginning.
How in God's name is she being the cutest girl alive?
I think I can feel myself blushing too.
Alphabetically or most important?
Oh, stop it, you.
Alright.
Too many reasons why I think she's wonderful show up in my head. It's hard to pinpoint just one, but I have to, or else I'll probably end up disappointing her by saying nothing.
Okay, so, I know I said this already, but I like how smart you are. It's quite impressive.
Now that I think about it, I don't know where Yuri stands in the top 50 academically in our school. I'll have to check that out next time I'm at the principal's office. Nick, do you really think so?
Of course. You've been able to answer and properly explain stuff that Monica couldn't. Not only that, but you're fun to listen to, even if you do ramble on about the little things. Oops, I said that last part out loud.
You can't be serious.
Yuri, I'll never lie to you. No, I mean what I say.
Thank you, Sarah. I needed to hear that. I know she may not be able to see it, but I nod to her anyways.
Not a problem. Oh, we're here already. 1 second.
Opening the door for her like usual, a nice warm smile shows up on her face. Life is good right now. Same procedure as yesterday plays out. Yuri making tea, me sitting back and watching her leisurely prepare everything, helping her out by passing cups to Monica and Sayori, and eventually returning to the kettle for both mine and Yuri's cup of tea. Zera, there's another thing.
Oh?
Well, you and I plan on reading more of your book today, correct?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We're at a pretty good part in the story right now. Should I bring everything over to your desk?
No.
Does she have something different in mind? No, Does she not want to read?
I was wondering if we could sit on the floor and read today.
Oh, that's not that bad. I'm not opposed to that.
Okay, thank you. I usually wouldn't mind reading at my desk, but this will be a little bit easier on my back. It gets old having to bend over at my desk to read.
Ouch. I can imagine so. Back pain, I'm guessing?
Yes, it can become too much at times. I was about to say I wonder why, but I literally just remembered that she said something about crouching over her desk or something. That could do bad things to her spine after a while.
Hey, no need to worry. We can read somewhere different if it makes you feel better. Where are we gonna sit?
Yuri then points to a blank spot on the wall to the right of the closet, as if she'd planned this out beforehand.
Uh-oh. That's close to Natsuki's private property area. I think everything will be okay, as long as it's both me and Yuri. Alright, let's get going.
Yuri nods and takes her teacup over to the wall, humming to herself during her travels, and makes herself comfortable on the floor. I happily follow suit, but place my teacup right next to hers.
Please watch over mine. Gotta go grab my backpack.
Oh, sure. Grabbing my backpack doesn't take long at all, as it's literally 3 meters away from us. Once I return to where Yuri is, I take a seat to her left, the same way she's sitting, and pull out my book from my backpack. Your teacup.
Oh, thanks.
Carefully grabbing mine from her and setting it down to my left, I take out my book and assemble our usual reading style, staring blankly at the pages. Sitting down like this while being so close to Yuri feels rather nice, not gonna lie. My arm, and pretty much the whole side of my body, up against hers, keeping my free hand to myself, of course. Can you quote it? It's been so long for me, I can't. However, it feels weird this time, taking control of the left side.
I hope that Yuri doesn't read too fast. At the same time, I remember pretty much how this book goes, so it shouldn't matter too much if she flips page before I'm done, right?
3 minutes pass by in comfortable silence. Half of our tea is gone, and I find myself somewhat engaged in the story. Until Yuri decides to speak up again and look over to me. Hey, Zera? You said that cats are one of your favorite animals, is that right?
Yeah, that sounds right. Why this all of a sudden?
Well, as humane as this might sound, I, myself, am rather fond of elephants. My eyelids shoot upwards at the statement.
Whoa, real?
They're so innocuous in nature, and they're also highly intelligent, emotionally and socially. Did you know that elephants see us humans the same way that we see a kitten or a puppy? I think that's quite lovable.
First off, notice something a little bit different, or no?
A smile?
Yeah, thanks, Yaga.
Nice.
Again, this girl is full of surprises, and I like it. That is pretty cute, now that you mention it. I'm guessing that makes you enjoy this book much more.
Yes, you could say that.
So elephants are our favorite animal? I'm not sure why, but something tells me I should remember this.
Another minute or two passes, and I still can't help but wonder what's going on in Yuri's mind as our journey with Ellie continues. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and ring those bells. That's all I have for today. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye, everyone.